The annual tomb sweeping festival, or Qing Ming, is an integral part of Chinese tradition and widely celebrated by the Chinese community in Hong Kong. But with strict COVID-19 curbs, must tradition take a backseat? Deborah Wong finds out.
Over 1 million infections and more than 7,000 deaths. The figures say it all. Hong Kong's fifth COVID-19 outbreak is its worst by far, and those left behind have to pick up the pieces.
My father got COVID on February 22 and sent to emergency room on February 25. Unluckily, my father passed away at Yanzai Hospital at night on February 25.
Vincent, were you able to collect the body right after?
Not yet. Then I called my funeral director to arrange the cremation and the farewell ceremony. He told me the earliest date of the cremation is March 27. That's why I could only connect my father's body after 1 month.
At the peak of the crisis, Hong Kong saw over 200 deaths a day. Space was tight in mortuaries, so the dead were carted off to mobile fridges. But a recent lockdown in Shenzhen disrupted the supply of coffins to Hong Kong, compounding the wait at crematoriums, even as authorities extended operating hours to ease the bottleneck.
Will you be able to prepare a funeral for your father, given that there are so many complications that you need to deal with?
The body was classified as second category. It's a danger of infection. My funeral director told me funeral rooms will now decline the makeup using services due to the infection fears. I'm so sad and so sorry for my father. This is the last I can do for him, but I can't do this right now.
Not just that. Vincent won't be able to lay his father to rest in time for the annual Qing Ming festival. Instead, the ashes will be kept temporarily in a funeral store. Qing Ming is a day of remembrance for the Chinese community, one that's often marked with fresh flowers and offerings at graves. But Hong Kong's current 2-person cap on public gatherings complicates matters. The crowds have thinned at public cemeteries in Columbia during the Qing Ming festival since the pandemic started, and roads leading to grave sites like this have also seen fewer traffic because people are encouraged to stay home and pay their respects online. Still, it's hardly a ghost town because tradition is rooted deeply in Hong Kong's ethnic Chinese society.
今年就比較特殊啲啦，個疫情咧唔係咧，佢哋買親都好多嘅，即係每個孝子賢孫啦，一代兩代啊咁嚇，咁啊除咗啲食品去拜祭之外咧，都係主要買啲紙製品去拜咯嚇，即係療補佢哋即係對個先人一種敬意啊，所以佢都不惜工本燒好多嘢咯嚇。都係有啲影響㗎啦，但係都要備定啲貨咯嚇，有不時之需啊咁咯嚇，西裝啊嚇嚇。 普通 T 恤啊，甚至有啲女性嘅啦嚇，女性嘅衣啊嚇，同埋女性嘅旗袍啊。
Whether it's the usual wares or something a little more elaborate.
可以睇你個麻雀。
麻雀啦，麻雀都幾多人買啦。
Whatever you're looking for, chances are Mr. To has it. He runs Zhun Sing Hong, a 50-year-old shop selling funeral offerings in Shangwan. He's not just a businessman, he's a purveyor of old Chinese customs. Customs that now seem like a privilege few can afford in the face of mounting COVID-19 deaths. Even so, they still find a way.
I shall visit and offer the sacrifice to my father in that store, and of course my mother in Zhengzhou Columbarium. In case of lockdown on or near Qing Ming, I'm afraid I have to worship remotely at home.
How does that make you feel, not being able to go through the proper rites?
Of course, I'm so upset. I hope I can move my father to live with my mother together as soon as possible.
For those who have lost their loved ones to the fifth COVID-19 wave, this year's Qing Ming holds a deeper purpose. More than an annual tradition, it's a chance to accord dignity to the dead, and for the living to finally move on. Deborah Wong, CNA, Hong Kong.